Have you ever sat in silence, wondering if your prayers, your visualizations, your hopes are just echoing back at you? You do the inner work. You meditate. You stay positive. You set goals. You imagine the future you want, and yet, days, months, even years pass and it still feels like nothing's changing. It's easy to believe the universe isn't listening. But what if I told you that the universe is listening? It's just waiting on you to align with a version of yourself that you haven't fully become yet. Let's talk about that. The mind is a masterful storyteller, weaving narratives that define our sense of self and our understanding of the world. However, many of the stories we tell ourselves about our past are not as accurate as we might believe. Research in cognitive neuroscience reveals that memory is not a flawless recording of events but a reconstructive process, susceptible to distortion over time. In fact, studies indicate that our recollections can be a blend of actual occurrences and fabrications, influenced by our current knowledge, beliefs, and emotions. PMC plus 1 ResearchGate plus 1. Consider this: each time we recall a memory, we are not merely replaying a static snapshot of the past. Instead, we are actively reconstructing the event, filling in gaps with plausible details, and sometimes altering aspects without conscious awareness. This reconstructive nature of memory means that over time, our recollections can drift further from the original events, leading us to hold onto narratives that may be more fiction than fact. This malleability of memory has profound implications for our emotional well-being. When we react emotionally to present situations, such as being cut off in traffic or facing criticism from a coworker, our responses are often not solely about the immediate event. Instead, they are colored by past experiences that we may have misremembered or misinterpreted. These compounded emotional reactions can become ingrained patterns, influencing our moods, temperaments, and ultimately, our personalities. For instance, if someone experiences a traumatic event and continually recalls it with embellishments or inaccuracies, their emotional response to similar future events may be heightened. This cycle can lead to prolonged states of stress or anxiety, as the individual is not only reacting to the present situation but also to a distorted recollection of the past. Understanding that our memories are not infallible can empower us to question the narratives we hold and recognize that our emotional responses are often based on reconstructed, and sometimes flawed, versions of past events. Moreover, the realization that our memories are dynamic and subject to change underscores the importance of mindfulness and self-awareness. By becoming more attuned to our present experiences and acknowledging the fluid nature of our recollections, we can begin to disentangle ourselves from the grip of past narratives that no longer serve us. This awareness allows us to respond to current situations with greater clarity and less emotional baggage, paving the way for personal growth and transformation. In essence, the stories we tell ourselves about our past are not set in stone. They are fluid, shaped by our perceptions, emotions, and the reconstructive nature of memory. By recognizing the illusion of a static past, we open ourselves to the possibility of redefining our narratives, freeing ourselves from outdated patterns, and embracing a future defined by conscious choice rather than unconscious repetition. Each morning, as we open our eyes, we are greeted by the familiar, the same ceiling overhead, the same routine awaiting us. We reach for our phones, scroll through the same news feeds, interact with the same circle of people, and engage in tasks that have become second nature. This repetition creates a loop, a cycle of familiarity that offers comfort but can also lead to a sense of stagnation. Neuroscientific research reveals that our brains are wired to recognize and respond to patterns. Every person we know, every place we frequent, and every activity we engage in is represented by a complex network of neurons. These neural pathways become strengthened with repetition, making certain behaviors and thoughts more automatic. This efficiency is beneficial for routine tasks but can pose a challenge when we seek change. When our daily lives are governed by unchanging routines, our external environment begins to dictate our internal state. The sights, sounds, and experiences we encounter act as stimuli, triggering the firing of specific neural circuits associated with those familiar patterns. As a result, our thoughts and emotions become reflections of our environment, reinforcing the status quo. This alignment between our internal state and external circumstances means that as long as our environment remains unchanged, our thoughts and behaviors are likely to follow suit, perpetuating the same life experiences. Cleveland Clinic. This phenomenon is not indicative of the universe conspiring against us, but rather a testament to the brain's adaptability and efficiency. Our minds and bodies become conditioned to the known, finding solace in predictability. However, this comfort can become a double-edged sword, leading to resistance when we attempt to break free from the familiar and venture into the unknown. Breaking free from this cycle requires conscious effort and intentionality. It involves introducing novelty into our routines, challenging our habitual thought patterns, and embracing uncertainty. By doing so, we can stimulate neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. This adaptability allows us to learn new skills, adopt new perspectives, and ultimately, create change in our lives. For example, taking a different route to work, engaging in a new hobby, or initiating conversations with new acquaintances can disrupt our habitual patterns and introduce fresh stimuli for the brain to process. These small changes can have a cascading effect, leading to shifts in perception and behavior that open the door to new opportunities and experiences. Understanding that our sense of being stuck is often a byproduct of our brain's preference for the familiar empowers us to take proactive steps toward change. By consciously choosing to step outside our comfort zones and challenge the status quo, we can rewire our neural pathways, break free from the loop of familiarity, and create a life that reflects our aspirations and potential. Throughout history, individuals who have left indelible marks on the world, figures like Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., the Wright brothers, and Joan of Arc, shared a common trait, an unwavering commitment to a vision that transcended their immediate reality. They were not merely reacting to the circumstances around them, they were propelled by a deep-seated belief in a future that had yet to materialize. When you finally decide to change, to break free from the repetitive cycles of your past, the world seems to react in unexpected ways. The moment you stop making the same choices, the same decisions, and start walking a path different from what's familiar, something profound begins to happen. At first, it's subtle. It's a feeling, a stirring in your chest, an unease in the pit of your stomach. But soon, it grows into something undeniable: discomfort. Discomfort is the first sign that you are on the right path. It is the body's way of letting you know that something is shifting, that something old is breaking apart. Your body begins to resist the very thing you're attempting to create, even though it's in alignment with the person you're striving to become. Suddenly, your thoughts race and flood your mind. This is too hard. I'll start tomorrow. Maybe I'm not good enough. What if nothing changes? These thoughts are like alarm bells, signaling fear and doubt. But here's the truth: you're not broken. You're not failing. You're being tested. This is a crucial moment in your journey, a defining moment when the very foundation of who you are is being called into question. This is the moment where transformation begins. Why does it feel so uncomfortable to change? The reason lies in the way our brains and bodies operate. About 95% of who we are is automatic. It's habits, responses, reactions, and ingrained behaviors that we've accumulated over time. The patterns of our past are embedded deep within us, almost like second nature. Think of the countless decisions you make every day without giving them much thought. What you eat, how you respond to stress, how you interact with others. These automatic behaviors are the result of years of repetition. Our brains work hard to conserve energy. Once a behavior is repeated enough times, it becomes embedded in the subconscious. It moves from the conscious decision-making part of our brain to the automatic, habitual part. This process allows us to function without expending too much mental energy on everyday tasks. However, when you decide to change a habit, it's like trying to reroute a river that's been flowing in the same direction for years. The brain doesn't want to let go of the familiar path, even if the new path is better for your growth. When you make the decision to stop the old behaviors, when you decide to no longer complain, no longer blame others, no longer play small, your body goes into panic mode. It doesn't understand why you want to change, and it sees this shift as a threat to its survival. Your subconscious mind, which has stored all these automatic behaviors, is frightened because it senses a loss of control. The old you, the person you have always been, is dying. This process is both biological and neurological. When you decide to take a new direction, your body releases stress hormones like cortisol. Your heart rate increases, your muscles tense up, and you feel a deep sense of discomfort. These reactions are rooted in survival instincts. The body wants to preserve what it knows because what is familiar feels safer, even if it's not serving you. However, this discomfort is not a signal of failure. It's an indicator that change is happening. The body's panic is simply a response to the dying of an old identity and the birth of something new. Just as a snake sheds its skin, you are shedding the old layers of yourself that no longer align with who you are becoming. In these moments of discomfort, it's essential to remember that transformation is a process. The journey of personal growth is not about perfection, it's about persistence. Even when you feel the resistance building up, when you hear the whispers of doubt telling you that you're not enough or that change is impossible, continue anyway. Push forward, step by step. It's helpful to remind yourself that change doesn't happen overnight. It's like planting a seed and nurturing it every day, even when you don't see immediate results. The discomfort you feel now is temporary. It's the growing pains of a new version of yourself taking root. You may not see the fruits of your labor immediately, but trust that every moment of discomfort is an investment in your future self. To successfully navigate the uncomfortable path of transformation, you need to shift your mindset. Instead of seeing discomfort as something to avoid, begin to view it as a sign of growth. Embrace the fact that it's natural to feel uneasy when you're stepping outside of your comfort zone. The brain is wired to resist change, but with time and repetition, the new behaviors will become just as automatic as the old ones. The key to transformation is to not let fear or discomfort dictate your actions. When those thoughts arise, "I'll start tomorrow," or "maybe I'm not good enough," acknowledge them without judgment and then move forward anyway. Every time you resist the urge to return to old habits, you are reinforcing the new path. Acknowledge the discomfort. Accept that discomfort is part of the growth process. It is a natural response to change, and it will eventually subside as new habits take hold. Take small, consistent actions. Rather than expecting instant results, focus on small steps. Each action you take, no matter how small, is progress. Self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you face setbacks. Change is hard, and it's okay to stumble along the way. What matters is getting back up and continuing the journey. Mindfulness and reflection. Spend time in quiet reflection. Journaling or meditation can help you process your thoughts and feelings, allowing you to detach from the fear of change and reconnect with your higher purpose. Find support. Surround yourself with people who encourage your growth. Whether it's a mentor, a coach, or friends, having someone to lean on can provide the motivation you need to keep going. One of the most challenging aspects of transformation is embracing the unknown. The known is comfortable. It's familiar. It's safe. There's no guesswork involved when you're operating within the confines of what you already know. But here's the truth. The known doesn't hold your transformation. The magic, the real magic, happens in the unknown. The unknown is where possibility lies. It's the space where creativity flourishes, where new opportunities emerge, and where your future self is waiting to greet you. But to tap into that magic, you must first step into the uncertainty of the unknown. When you begin to imagine your future, you are not merely daydreaming. In fact, there's substantial evidence to suggest that your brain doesn't differentiate between something vividly imagined and something that is real. This means that when you consistently visualize the person you want to become, you are literally reprogramming your brain to align with that future vision. As you sit in stillness and envision your life as you want it to be, your brain starts to rewire itself. Neural pathways that are aligned with your old self begin to fade, while new pathways that support your future self are strengthened. This isn't just a matter of wishful thinking, it's science. Researchers have found that when you vividly imagine performing an action, whether it's playing an instrument or achieving a goal, the same neural circuits fire as though you were actually performing that action. Your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. So, when you envision your success and allow yourself to feel the emotions associated with it, your brain begins to believe it is already true. By regularly engaging in this process of mental rehearsal, you are setting the stage for your future. You are no longer waiting for the conditions of your life to change before you act. Instead, you are creating the conditions in your mind first. When your brain starts to believe your future is already real, your body shifts. Your energy changes. You begin to take actions that are in alignment with the future you've created. This practice of imagining your desired future is not just a tool for motivation. It is a powerful method for reshaping your reality. As your energy shifts, so too does the world around you. Opportunities that once seemed distant or out of reach now become accessible. You begin to attract the people, resources, and circumstances that align with your vision because your internal world has already made space for them. Daily visualization. Set aside time each day to vividly imagine your future. Engage all your senses and immerse yourself in the emotions of already having achieved your goals. Affirmations and positive self-talk. Reinforce your vision with affirmations that align with your future self. Use language that reflects your new identity and the life you are creating. Emotionally engage with your vision. Don't just think about your future, feel it. The emotions you experience while visualizing play a critical role in programming your subconscious mind. Consistency is key. Like any habit, visualization requires consistency. Make it a non-negotiable part of your daily routine to strengthen the neural pathways that support your transformation. There will come moments in your transformation when it feels like the universe isn't listening. You've been doing the work, putting in the effort, and yet, you see no external signs of progress. This is when doubt creeps in. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe this isn't meant for me. But here's the truth. Even when it feels like the universe is silent, it's still working in your favor. Transformation isn't always about external validation. The real work is happening within you. The universe is always listening, but sometimes it needs you to persist even in the absence of immediate results. When the universe feels silent, it's an opportunity for you to deepen your faith in the process. Trust that everything you are doing is contributing to your growth. The external world may not immediately reflect your inner changes, but that doesn't mean your efforts are in vain. Commit to daily practice. Whether it's meditation, journaling, or working on your goals, stay consistent. Progress may not always be visible, but every step you take adds up. Stop reacting to your current environment. Your present circumstances are not the final measure of your success. Instead of reacting to what's happening around you, start responding to the future you're creating. Shift your focus. Instead of focusing on the lack of results, focus on the person you are becoming. Change your perspective from, I need to see it to believe it, to, I believe it, and I will see it. Trust the timing. Trust that everything will unfold at the right time. Keep doing the work, and know that you are laying the foundation for your success, even if you can't yet see it. When your energy shifts, so too does your reality. The universe may feel silent, but it's never truly silent. It's waiting for you to step fully into your power, to align with your highest self, and to create the life you've always dreamed of. And when that happens, everything will fall into place. Knowledge belongs to the mind, but experience resides in the body. While intellectual understanding can inform us, it's the experience of something that truly transforms us. Feeling success, clarity, or confidence is not just a thought process. It is an embodied experience. To truly manifest success, don't merely visualize it, feel it. Feel the gratitude before the blessing comes. Feel the joy before the miracle happens. Feel the love before the partner arrives. When you consistently embody these emotions, you are chemically training your body to experience a future that hasn't arrived yet. Your body is no longer in reaction to your history, it is now responding to your destiny. By consistently feeling the emotions you wish to experience, you align yourself with the frequency of your desired future. This isn't just spiritual fluff, it's grounded in science. Neuroplasticity shows that your brain doesn't distinguish between vividly imagined events and actual experiences. When you embody these emotions, your brain and body begin to align with your future, effectively preparing you to step into it. To begin embodying your future self. Visualization. Spend time each day visualizing your desired future, making it as vivid and detailed as possible. Embody the emotions. Feel the emotions associated with your desired future now: gratitude, love, joy, and confidence. Affirmations. Speak affirmations as though your future is already here. Reinforce your future reality with positive statements. Physical alignment. Align your posture, movements, and energy with the version of yourself you aspire to be. Gratitude practice. Start each day with gratitude for the future you are creating. Consistency in these practices will gradually align your mind, body, and energy with your future, turning it into your present reality. Transformation doesn't happen with a single act. It's the result of continuous effort. Doing something once isn't enough. The real change occurs when you repeat the action again and again until it becomes second nature. Great creators aren't just lucky, they're consistent. They reproduce their elevated emotional state every day. By doing so, they teach their bodies to remember their future instead of reliving their past. What feels uncomfortable at first becomes effortless over time, leading to mastery. Consistency is key. The more you repeat the process of embodying your future self, the more automatic it becomes. Mastery is not about magic, it's about habit. The more you practice, the more your body learns to align with the version of yourself you are creating. The silence you experience isn't the universe ignoring you, it's alignment in progress. The universe is simply reflecting back to you the energy you are emitting. When you choose elevated emotions like gratitude, love, and inspiration, you send out a different signal, one that aligns with your desires. You are not waiting for the universe to act on your behalf. The universe is waiting for you to raise your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs to meet your vision. When you align your internal state with the future you desire, you activate a shift in your reality. Life starts listening to your energy, and you begin to see evidence of your transformation. To make this shift, stop validating your current limitations and start living as the person you are becoming. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions must reflect the future you desire. When you do this consistently, your reality will start to change in alignment with your new energy.